I've been thinking about this doors project. Normally, doors would have a horizontal header, but if I do that, I have to duck about a foot every time I go in. The ground is not level. I can level it some. I can bring a little bit dirt from the left over into here. The question is, can I open the door this way into rising ground? Nothing about either one of these doors would be normal. The big one concerned me, so I started with a little one that required less thought. Got a good solid 4x4 there to put hinges in. Over here we have a 2x4. The logical thing to do is not to split the door in the middle, but to split it way over here. So I've got a lightweight walk-in door hanging off the 2x4s and a bigger door hanging off the 4x4. So I'm going to do that. I don't know where this will be. What I'm going to do is lap these two ends. So this one will be at the level of this one and into the ground there. That's what I'm thinking. But if you watch my channel at all, you know that anytime I start something, I will change my mind several times in the process. Makes a lot of forward and back, but been that way all my life. Too late to change now. Wouldn't know how, wouldn't want to. I got a lucky break there. Now, if I was smart, I'd have looked first. I realized if I'd cut the notch on the other side, I'd have this side down and the good side up. Ooh, boy. Damn near an inch a foot. 3/4 of an inch a foot at least. So I think I might want to come down a little more. Mostly use motor oil. Put some gasoline at one time, but that's evaporated, of course. The charred surface of the wood acts as a wick and draws the oil into the wood. Makes a pretty good cheap preservative. It's not creosote, but it'll outlast me. Top of sill, 79 inches. As soon as it starts to swing, it's coming back here to where this rafter is lower. 79 inches 2 feet taller up here than it is down there. What I need to do is make a template, tack it up here, see if it works. Okay, I've been putting this off, finding other things to do. Time to put doors on here. It's going to be a small man door on the right. Excuse me, a small person door on the right, and it'll be a wide door on the left. That'll be the door sill. This door will not be a rectangle, neither one will. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to temporarily hinge a 2x on here, and then temporarily screw a couple of boards on there to get the angle. Then I'll figure out how wide I want this door. 32 seems to be a standard. That's up about here, so maybe a little wider. We'll see. But the first thing to do is get a 2x4 up there with a hinge on it. Doesn't even have to be a 2x4. Here's a 1 by something. Does not have to be accurate. More wasted time. One says out one way, one says out the other way. Up here, they look pretty good. Oh, but that's not straight, is it? Well, nothing about this building's straight. First I put in 1 screw, not too tight, and then I step back to see if the angle matches the rafter. Just about right. Another one for the bottom. Those boards creaking, not my bones. Okay. Two by sixes or 2x4s. It's gonna be a very light door. I think 2x4s will be in order. And I just happen to have a bunch right here. I didn't want to use that cumbersome template to lay out angles on door frames, so I went to the basement for my squangle. Squangle, almost never use it. I transferred angles from the template to the squangle. Then I had to mark the other angle and transfer it to the other end of the frame board. I eventually got smart and used a razor knife to score the 2 angle settings on the tool. I set the cut depth to 3/4 of an inch, half the thickness of the boards, to make the lap joints. It's not cabinetry, it's a barn door. It's more than close enough. Okay, that was done. There was lots more of the same, which I left out. You're welcome. What I'll do is clamp these together, then stand it up in the doorway, make sure the angle's right. I don't have 3 hands, so I push the screw into the wood like a thumbtack. That's all I need to hold that for now. Yep, put a little weight on it and pay the penalty for. But that's all right, because this is coming off now anyway. Thing to do now, let's figure out how wide I want this door and cut these off accordingly. This one is both long and straight. That's a 26.5-inch door. Before hanging the door, I replaced all the short temporary screws with longer, stronger ones. I've been thinking about this door the last several days while I've not been working on it. If I cover this vertically with some 1/2 or 3/4, I am going to have to rip some 2-inch stock down. If I go crossways, I can use short stuff. But first, I need to put in a horizontal brace as a support for a diagonal compression brace. 22 3/4 roughly. What I will do, cut these off here and go into the bandsaw and make a lap joint. That looks to be about halfway. Square corners don't fit round corners. It was easier to chop off the square corners than to square the round ones with a hammer and chisel. Pretty spiffy, if I do say so myself. I didn't have any really long screws, so I countersunk with a Forstner bit. Probably should have drilled a pilot hole for this. We'll know in a moment. I decided to put the siding on horizontally so I could use up as much short scrap as possible. 1 inch short. The angle's even correct. I wanted about 1 inch, 1.25 inch overhang at the bottom. Now, nails or screws? Nails would have been cheaper, and I have plenty of them. But I also have a bunch of Phillips head screws that I really don't like, and I want to use them up. these were my original sawbuck. Pretty ratty, but might as well use them for something. So it's split to there. Oh, I forgot. These have to go up above. No, I accidentally got that one right, but I didn't know it till later. Should have left an inch on here. This is kind of chewed up anyway. And this one, but that's going to have to clear the rafter when it opens anyway. I don't like that one. It's got a big wow with that knot. I scribed a line that would leave about an inch of wood above the door frame. Okay, that door's done. Except for a small matter of hinges and hanging it. Am I going to hang it tonight? Absolutely not. A hot, muggy Oregon day. It'll be 75 degrees, no wind, 5 o'clock. Time to close the window and quit. Some of these are a little tighter than others. There we go. That's that for today. Okay, doors. This one's done, except for being hung on the hinges. I think I'll do that first. I've been thinking more about this big door. The problem with it being that because the door sill slopes downhill from left to right, and the terrain slopes uphill from right to left, when that door swings open, it's going to hit right about here. And I'm not going to move this stump. I'm not going to cut down a lot of ground over here just so I can get the door open. What to do, what to do? Well, very simple, I think. Instead of this door jamb being vertical, if it's tilted in a little bit, the bottom of the door becomes more of a right angle, And with a little experimentation of exactly how far offset that has to be, I think the door will clear the ground as the ground is. But right now, I'm going to hang this door, put a spacer on the ground there. Door's heavier than I figured it would be. That's too thick a spacer. That's at least 3/4. I need closer to 3/8. Angles aren't perfect, but they don't have to be. What do we hear? Oh yeah. This conflict wasn't really a surprise. I just temporarily forgot about it. Not quite, but it's a lot easier to cut a little bit off the top of the door than to enlarge that notch in the rafter. Well, maybe not a lot easier. Well, that's it for the little door. There will be more to do, but I won't know exactly what I need to do until after the big door is built. And that's coming up next. Thanks for watching.